Yeah, I think my biggest feeling is what a privilege it was to have been here and been a part of this, the end of 28 consecutive years of operations that the Tornado has been involved in, and to have been leading that last mission, actually as a partnership with OC9 and OC31 as the two last remaining squadrons as well, gives me hugely privileged in that.
It's three things really. It's sadness that it's over, because the Tornado Force has been all about operations for the last 28 years, and that's over, and that's a big chapter of our force's life done. It's relief, because there was a lot of pressure on us today, all eyes watching, and we've kept the reputation intact that our force has built up over that 28 years. And finally, it's pride to have been here and had the privilege of leading the last mission, and to come back in good order with everything ready to go home in a few days' time. Immense pride. Fantastic. The first thing of note was the pressure on it. So, all eyes on us as we go out the door. That doesn't normally happen, and so there was a different feeling about it from the start, a kind of end of term feeling, if you like. But it's not the end of term. We still had a job to go and do, and air power to deliver. So we went, did it, refueled, onto the task on the Iraq-Syria border. 3 hours on task. Not a great deal going on, but
no, a very quiet day actually. But it's not every day that you're going out there and engaging kinetically with the enemy. And actually, air power is more than just dropping bombs. We spent the time doing intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, which is again one of the key roles that the RAF does, not just in Tornado but other aircraft.
I think the fact it was a quiet mission is a positive thing. If we come back here with no bombs remaining today, then you could say, well, there's a job still to be done, clearly. But things have come on a long way in the time we've been operating here, and Daesh are down to a very, very small area. They're very little left to do in a way. So we're very proud to have been a part of that international coalition effort.
Well, I think you only have to look at the footprint that Daesh had back in the latter parts of 2014, from the summer when this campaign began, right the way through when they were still in the increase, and so late 14, early 15, where they covered most of northern Syria, most of northern Iraq, to now where we're dealing with a few miles by a few miles and of ground down in the Iraqi-Syria border.
I think the aircraft's been an icon of the Royal Air Force for nigh on 40 years, since it came into service in '82. I remember as a schoolboy watching the Gulf War in 1991. And I never dreamt that nearly 30 years later I'd be here as one of the last two squadron commanders taking the type out of service and operations. So over a third of the Royal Air Force's existence, this aircraft has been the backbone of its ground attack fleet. So in the history of the service, this is a big day.
Yeah, absolutely it is. But I would also say it's also time to look to the future as well. We're starting our second century, having had the RAF 100 last year, and with that we should be looking forward to the fact that Typhoon is now ready to take on the mantle of that workhorse, and indeed with the arrival of Lightning and Lightning F-35 to bring us up to the fifth generation Air Force that we need to be.
Right, it's been the largest of the ground attack fleets within the Royal Air Force for that whole time. At one point there were 15 or 16 frontline squadrons. That kind of mass made it naturally important. Its role has changed over time, so it came on massively in the late 2000s with improvements for Afghanistan. It's adapted to stay at the forefront of its role.
So what do you think will be Tornado's legacy after nearly 30 years of continuous activity?
The fact that it's been the backbone of the RAF strike capability for over a third of the life of the Air Force as it stands today is its legacy in itself.
I think it's that fact that it has been that icon that a lot of us have grown up with. I think if you ask that question to the first generation of Tornado people, they might have felt that affection for the Vulcan or the Hunter or something, but because we've grown up seeing it and now we've served on it and taken it to war, there's just an emotional connection there. And as I shut the engines down today, there was a little bit of sadness as well in there.